Spend them at $100 million, $100 million, $100 million, $100 million. Previously on Kimba TV. But the math is the math. Value area high, TP1, TP2. You should decide how much you want to let run after this. Okay, yesterday we talked about this. This morning we talked about this. It pixeled 618. Talked about it. Alrighty, this talked about it. Since I'm gonna go to sleep, I'm gonna just assume that it's gonna get rejected at the single print and the 7.5. So I'm gonna go like this, and then I'm gonna go like this. Okay. And so that's my theoretical retracement. All right, I'm gonna let everybody kind of get caught up on the highlights and shit. Let me do this. I can't wait for Boogammas to update. I need Boogammas around like 50-50, 50-70. Clip that shit. When the Boogammas update, I need it to be like 50-50, 50-70. You heard? Shawiggity. Y'all Gucci my Gucci. All right, let me log into everything. How we doing? How we doing? We getting nasty. Good morning, Domzer. Desk Slap says Bugatti. Tom, what's going on? Katanamus says, I have a question. Let's say you enter on a good edge level, but the price immediately goes the opposite direction to your stop loss. Do you cut it ASAP? Yeah, I mean, if the plan was, I'm going to stop it here, you don't move it. Gamma's updated. Damn. Well, at least we got 50-25. Well, we already have it marked. Is there anything else? 49.75. Oops. Yep. Okay. Ooh. Good morning. Good morning. JQN Shanero says, well, my plan stopped me out last night when it double bottomed. That's okay. You got stopped out. I got filled. Shwiggity. Vardy says, how many limits you got filled on that long? 1. And then my Kraken is 55 Bitcoin. It's the same size, or I mean, same entry. Banana Man, what's going on? Kukashi says, I could buy houses here with that. No, that's awesome. But where I live, this is maybe like a monthly expense, Once you watch yesterday's highlights and like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday highlights, let me know if you have any questions, Biz. Yes. I mean, I'll tell you right now, I'm not in a head short. Okay, but the reason why you're asking me is because you didn't listen to me list off the 3 things that I would need to see to take a head short. You weren't there when we took the head short, the previous 2 head shorts together. So I do the same thing every single time, Biz. Roger that. And the reason why you want to rewind is because I said before the gammas came out, man, I would love to see a 50-50 or a 50-75. I think S&P is going to be semi-bullish today. And you want to listen to all of that, right? Not just this, but me talking about it before it updated, right? And since you missed that, you're at a higher chance of being like, wait, when did you say that? 3 hours from now. Maka says, Kimba, is that a bad low at 59? Yes. When the CME swept, but derivatives, Coinbase, all the other places didn't, during Macaulay Culkin hour, we spent 3-4 hours talking about what that sweep would look like and how I would play it. I did the exact same thing here. When CME swept that day, right? When CME swept that day, And we were talking about, okay, but the derivatives and all the other exchanges have not. So maybe when CME pauses, it's gonna sweep. How do we play that? I did literally down to the pixel what we said we would do if it Macaulay swept. So if you have no idea how I played this arrow, go watch the 2-3 hours when we're planning the Macaulay Culkin sweep here. I was actually there when you talked about it. Perfect. Yup. And then if you zoom in, and I don't know if you were here when I got filled live, but if you go and you rewind, you don't have to rewind. You just have to watch yesterday's VOD because I just started a new stream. Go here, go to videos, go watch yesterday's stream, go fast forward to when I'm awake, right? I was dinner and a movie, right? I came back from the movie. Okay, and we talked about it, and you can see when I show my screen that I took like a 1 minute, 5 minute fib, which is what we said we would do over here. Alrighty, so yeah, it's pretty straightforward, to be honest with you. So like all that planning that we did right here, waiting for Macaulay to possibly sweep it while CME was paused, I did literally the same thing here. So it's not even distribution because you're bottom heavy on the open interest on the bearish side and you have a big peak on the bullish side. So theoretically, what you would want this to do is to realistically not lose 49.75. Okay, when you see something like this, when the open interest volume for the negative side is bottom heavy like that, you do not want it to lose 49.75. Okay, what we were talking about is we don't want it to lose 49.75, and I would love it to rotate all the way to basically to that gamma right there, that open interest peak right there. So at a minimum, I would love to see 50-50 get tapped, but at the end of the day, all I really care about is can we get above 50.25 and close above 50.25. Okay, so if it wants to gap fill or whatever, fine. But the real question is can we close above 50.25 today? Sounds good, Fanad? So here's the S&P gap, right? What's the S&P gap at? 49.83. So it's still, the data still stands. We don't want to lose 49.75. I don't give a shit if it wants to gap fill. I don't give a shit if it wants to not. None of that shit matters. For me, please don't lose 49.75, and let's see if we can close the market above 50.25. Roger? Boogama. Right? You wouldn't want to lose 49.75 because that is going to pull it. It could nuke. So at a minimum, don't lose 49.75. And since I'm long, I would want that to get tapped. Like 50-60, some 50-50. Okay? But so that's why if this was bigger, I would be like, oh, 50-50, let's go. But you see how 50.25, it tops out right there. So for me, when I see this, I don't want it to lose 49.75. I would love a daily candle close above 50.25. That's it. And then Bitcoin has its own stuff to do. It's got previous day value area high, daily open, and previous day high. Also the previous month value area low. So this whole zone should be a little bit of resistance, but we want to flip that supposed resistance into support. That would be bullish. So that's it. Other than that, I'll probably move my stop loss so I can get at least like 85, 90K. I'll do the same for Kraken. And we're just going to play video games all day. I'm just kidding. We're going to Latuche up. Hayato says, I need to sit on my hands today, unfortunately, right now. Yeah, if you were here earlier, Crowlulu, I gave this. So Crowlulu, I did this at 7 o'clock in the morning. So about 5 hours ago when I started the stream, Hayato, we talked about this. So we talked about why your stop loss would be behind the single print, why I wouldn't want that to get grabbed. And I showed this 5 hours ago. So a bunch of people took it. So this is easy, right? You know, you don't get bullish on the penetration, you get bullish on the what, right? So this is resistance, previous day high, previous day value area high, and then the daily open. All it did was just a daily open bullish retest. Yeah, but Hayato, we shared this like 5 hours ago, right before, you know, I went to get morning cardio done. So, yeah, there's always an opportunity. 62,850. There you go. Shwiggity. MEXC has been laggy for me as well. Yeah, there's something that they implemented with like their JavaScript framework, I think, that makes the rendering a little bit fucked up. It doesn't grab it sometimes, hard to grab and drag. Yeah, I just said fuck it, I did it manually. But are you sure you got caught up? Did you know we nerded the fuck out on .BTC and ETH BTC? I will give you a recap, but you're getting maybe 5% of the 2-hour discussion. So .BTC, I'm trying to see if we can get a failed auction. Okay, anywhere from 1 to 4 weeks, I think it'll take. I've got 1 to 4 weeks to get into a long on altcoins. Okay, same thing with ETH BTC. Alrighty. Just do, whether it's the altcoin BTC pair or the USDT pair, I'm essentially doing the same exact thing, boo-boo. I'm identifying levels, right, based off of volume and time. I'm looking for imbalances like bad highs, bad lows. I'm looking for single prints, if there are, for that trading pair. And then Fibonacci overlap. All right, and then, you know, DOT has things like the Genesis ratio, ETH has a sweep level. So in an abstract sense, all I really want is the altcoin BTC pair to look bullish. That's all I want, boo-boo. So if I'm looking at .BTC, it didn't give me a swing failure pattern, okay? There's no real edge. The only thing that I could foresee is maybe we get a failed auction, brother. Okay, failing to break and lose the Genesis ratio, the cheapest that Bitcoin or DOT has ever been against Bitcoin. Okay, once we get back above this level, that moment right there, that is when I would start looking for DOT. I'm not going to immediately market smash a USDT DOT pair long. Okay, sounds good. But yeah, we've nerded out on it quite extensively, boo-boo. So definitely get caught up, brother. Okay, you know that your brothers and sisters are asking about altcoins left and right. So we've covered it pretty well, I think, in my opinion. But that's like your 30-second answer. Okay, I need the altcoin BTC pair to look bullish. Taz Trading says, I've never traded during the halving before. Is there volatility? Yeah, a little bit. The situation's a little bit different too. So first things first, this is what you would do. Take a look day before, day of, day after of halving from previous halvings. Step 2. Differentiate. Oops. Plan and anticipate. That's it. There you go. Now, there is Trader A already knew this and did this. Trader B knew they had to do this, but too lazy. Trader C can't even think of doing something like this. Which one are you? Bare minimum, in my opinion. Bare minimum. But you have to, and it's okay. It's okay if you're this. It's okay if you're this. It's really awesome if you're this. But most of the time, most of us will fall in here, and that's okay. But you just have to understand that that's who you're competing against. So if you're in here, you cannot cry about losing to these people. You know, that's just what it is. But you got to be self-honest and self-aware, right? You have to be self-honest. Here we are, here we are, here we are. Okay? The biggest thing that you're going to, what I want you to pick up on is why I'm saying what I'm saying. Okay? Anytime that I'm going to plan on longing something or shorting something, it's two parts. I'm finding a level and I'm anticipating edge. Okay? I don't understand some things. I'm just following the lines. Well, what's your native language? I'm sure somebody here can speak with you natively, translate for you, help you out. Yeah, so I'll just kind of remind you, the biggest sort of thing that we talked about was ranges. And so dink, lost the range, okay? Since this never swept that, technically that is a bad high, which means that this pullback technically doesn't count. So this broke the high range, failed. If this comes back inside, if I get stopped out, this would be the next one. Okay, so this is the range. Okay, move one. Move two is this one. Okay, the big question becomes, is it this or is that a bad high? Didn't sweep that, which means that that is technically not a top. Revisit one more time, complete all the derivatives and everything sweeps. We go back into range, fail to break. That's okay. Could it be that? So nothing's really changed, Kalapazan. It all kind of depends on smaller time frame. It's also going to be the weekend. Okay, so you know that's not that great. So it would be funny to, and then that's the weekend. This is the weekend move. You know, CME opens. There's no gap. You know, we all that does is like a fake little move to try to break out. Oh, Bugatti, we're going to. No, you're not, bitch. You know, that could be a weekend thing. That could be a weekend thing. But so you gotta identify the level, right? Not Gucci. Okay, so you gotta identify levels, and then you want to try to anticipate data. Don't just put limits. Watch. Okay, and just like this, you don't have to rush. You never want to take the first one. Let the second one come through. Make it a decent low. Pull fibs. Kimba box. Stop loss. Your entry is now here. All right. And since you already did make a higher local low, your stop loss is now at break even or tiny profit right there. And that was basically what we talked about in the morning. So we had it like this, and I said, doesn't matter where you're gonna layer in, right? And so stop loss is behind that single print. Doesn't really matter how you want to get this thing, and then you're aiming for 67,000. And we shared that, I don't know how long ago, almost 12 hours ago now. Yep. Okay. Kalapazan, okay, I understand. Awesome, awesome. Azaz says, I did exactly that. Awesome. And then it doesn't matter what happens, Azaz. And if you, Azaz, if you need to realize profits, put it behind the 382, right? If you want to maximize profits, you have your stop loss like right around here. If you don't want to get stopped out, your stop loss is around there. And it can still do this shit on you. It can still do this shit on you. It's just the best odds. And some people might be in a short from here, to be honest with you. Anything in this range, if you were trying to play a swing fail, you know? So let's say, for example, that, okay, so look, these are 30-minute candles. You would be patient. Okay, first break, it doesn't sweep. Okay, fine. This one makes a higher high. Okay, now that's not good. Okay, so now you're thinking to yourself, is this gonna get swept? Okay, does that make sense? So you don't really want to take the first penetration, but you wouldn't do that anyways. But on the first one, you're thinking to yourself, okay, well, that's deviation is still okay. Let's see if this one is going to confirm. This one does not confirm. It leaves a bad high, okay? So now you're thinking to yourself, fuck. I wonder if that's going to get swept. I wonder if that's going to get swept, right? This candle sweeps it for you, okay? This candle sweeps it for you. So that means that on the smaller time frame, you would have gone swing high, swing low, okay? Kimba, box, stop loss, higher high, you would have gotten filled right there. That's your average, right? And then once you got filled, does it make a local low? So it comes back one more time, still hasn't broken a local low. Now it shits itself, boom, boom, boom. As soon as it breaks that low, you put your stop loss into break even. Any questions? So that short is valid too. But it all just comes down to the 30-minute candle confirmation. You're waiting for this guy. It doesn't form it, but okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's make sure that we don't make any bad highs. Fuck, we make a bad high, all right? So there is a chance that fucker is going to get swept. Okay, so now you see this 30-minute candle close, and it does a swing fail on this. It does a sweep structure, right? And so once that happens, now you're on the 5-minute, and you're chasing it. So 5-minute local from this high to that low, right there, you go Kimba box, stop loss, higher high, You get filled. Does it make a local low? Not yet, not yet, not yet. Local low is made. Now you put your stop loss at break even, tiny profit. You're safe. You can literally just math it up and keep doing that shit over and over and over, and either the long works or the short works. Worst case scenario, the market maker just pinks both of them, but you still don't take any losses. But if I'm not, have a great night. I will see you guys. And Robinacci says, came back, stick to the field auction perfectly again. Let's go. There's like, I think 75 people that have longs from down here with me. And there's like close to 200 of you guys shorting from here. A bunch of you guys are juicing. Robinacci says, can you quit playing with me? Let's go, Robinacci. Juice. As always, ladies and gentlemen, longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Get nasty. Bulls, Bears, we're all Lions. Maybe I see you, maybe I don't. But you know what it is?
Not enough Latushi.
Pixel fucking it is. Yes.
Let's go. Get nasty. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.